Hi, I'm Ben Ferguson, and welcome to your AMAC Weekly News. First up, former Vice President and current Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden has now been advised to cancel and avoid all debates with President Donald Trump. Find out what the reason is behind him skipping out, or maybe trying to skip out, on all of these debates in just a moment. Up next, in the same city where the mayor commissioned a Black Lives Matter mural to be painted on the street, well, pro-lifers have now been arrested for using sidewalk chalk. That's right, sidewalk chalk was enough for these pro-life individuals to be arrested. Why did it happen? I'll give you that in just a moment. And finally, we have the Vice President of AMAC Strategic Partnerships and Member Services, Kurt Meyer, to update AMAC members on the latest new benefits that you can take advantage of, especially during this time of dealing with COVID-19. But a quick reminder, if you haven't shared this video yet, if you want to frustrate the left, make sure you hit that share button right now. Your AMAC Weekly News starts right now. The big moment we've all been waiting for may never happen. Joe Biden and President Donald Trump on stage for the final few presidential debates. Well, guess what? The left is saying, we don't know if we like this. Yeah, this is something that they are now saying they don't want us to look forward to, and they don't actually want it to happen. In fact, there are some Biden supporters who are actually out there campaigning for this to never take place. Former White House press secretary under President Bill Clinton, Joe Lockhart, is one of the Biden supporters who is very weary of the idea of him taking on Donald Trump on stage. Why? Well, take a look at what he had to say in his own words during this interview on CNN.
This is a president who, as I said in the article, is incapable of telling the truth. He spins these conspiracy theories out there, and up till now, most of those theories are broadcast by Fox News and, on his Twitter feed. And, most Americans don't see that. The debates are very different. This is the one thing, now that we're not really going to have conventions where the public will tune in, 50, 60 million people. And they will see all of this nonsense from him. He will take the truth and destroy it. And Biden will be in the position of correcting him over and over and over again. I don't think he should give him that platform.
So let's just break down what he actually said. He's basically saying, look, we got a bad candidate. We have a candidate that we know will not look good or garner support when put on stage with Donald Trump. And liberals are terrified that if you do have that comparison on the debate stage, that it will not end well for Joe Biden's campaign. Now, how are Americans expected to actually trust Biden to run the country in any and all circumstances when he can't seem to take on the current president of the United States of America in a simple presidential debate? At this point, they would rather rely on celebrities, apparently on the left, like Taylor Swift, George Soros, and Oprah to convince the American people to vote for Joe Biden instead of hearing from Joe Biden himself. Now, at the same time, the Trump team is actually pushing for debates even sooner than those that are already scheduled. The president's new 2020 campaign manager appeared on Fox News and said this in his first TV interview as campaign manager. Take a look.
We want more debates. We want debates starting sooner. First debate scheduled for September 29th. By that time, 16 states will already have been voting by September 29th. That's a concern to me. I want to see President Trump on the debate stage against Joe Biden. As you're noting, we're already seeing the liberal left, the liberal media trying to create trapdoors for Joe Biden to escape his commitment and his obligation to debate Donald Trump on a debate stage in front of the American people.
Bill,
we want more debates.
What's your plan to move them up? How do you do that? If they're already set, what's the leverage you'll use?
Listen, we're going to keep applying pressure to the Biden campaign. We take our cues from the American people in those 16 states that are going to be voting before September 29th. They're the ones who want to see the candidates on the debate stage.
I want you to take a moment and just realize what is actually happening. You have a president that is ready, willing, and more than able to take on Joe Biden in the presidential debates. You have the left that realize that their candidate is not ready for a debate. Yet they want you to believe that he can deal with the stresses of running an entire nation. Let's also be clear. It should not be up to the news media or the celebrities or the politicians to decide who should be running our country. We, as Americans, should be able to look at the two men on stage debating the ideas that are so important right now in America, and then we should decide who is best to run this country. Our founding fathers wanted to make sure that we were the ones that made the decision, no one else, about who runs this country. And having an election also means having debates. Our founding fathers have been doing it since even before this country was founded. Now, AMAC supports our president, but more importantly, we support a democracy where the American people actually get to compare and contrast who is running for the White House. And that's something we will continue to support. So just when you think the left's hypocrisy has reached a new limit, some leader of the left comes out and does something new that you go, really? Let me give you a perfect example of the latest of this insanity of the left. Remember that mayor of D.C. who commissioned the Black Lives Matter mural to be painted on the street right by the White House with your tax dollars? Well, then vandals came out and they decided to add to that mural, defund the police. Now, the mayor did not go out there and try to arrest anyone. They didn't go out there and even paint over it. They just kind of let it be for a while. And no one to date has gone to jail for that, quote, vandalism. Well, apparently, we now know at least where the mayor's breaking point is, and it deals with sidewalk chalk. That's right. Vandalism doesn't warrant arrest, but the use of sidewalk chalk in front of an abortion clinic now does. The city's approval of so-called street art is apparently limited to art, only art, that they actually agree with. Watch what happened when a Towson University student and a city resident attempted to chalk, using actual chalk, Black Preborn Lives Matter on the sidewalk in front of a Washington, D.C. Planned Parenthood clinic.
This is our constitutional right. We do this every Saturday.
Hey folks, I need to tell you now that if you continue talking, you're going to be placed under arrest for defacing property.
We do this every Saturday.
Okay, I've given you your warning. You understand that, right? If you continue talking, you're going to be placed under arrest. Okay. These two people.
You know they do this every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday.
Public property.
I majored in political science. This is public property.
So again, to recap, apparently it is okay for the mayor to decide to commission a mural, and even when people vandalize it and add words to it, saying things like defund the police in paint, no one gets arrested. However, if you are a conservative and you bring out sidewalk chalk on a public sidewalk, suddenly you're in handcuffs. That's not all. These two were part of a Students for Life America planned protest. This wasn't a surprise. That's right, they planned it. In fact, the group originally applied for an event permit that included a request to paint Black Preborn Lives Matter on the street outside of this Planned Parenthood. Now, the organization claims it was told in a separate conversation that they would not be prevented from painting their message on the street. But D.C. authorities allegedly specifically requested they use temporary paint. Well, they didn't use paint at all. They used sidewalk chalk, the same type that kids play with. Now, conservative ideas and speech clearly in D.C. are being shut down. In fact, they're being shut down all over the country more and more every single day. It is important that when these types of things happen that we shine a light on it. It's also important that we hold these elected officials accountable. What they're now doing is choosing winners and losers, approving political speech they like, and arresting those who write things, even in chalk, they don't like. Now, the president and the country should be outraged over this. We at AMAC will make sure that these important stories are not buried by the press, but brought to light for everyone to see. I tell you what, with everything that's been going on with COVID-19, one of the things that may have been lost by many members of AMAC is the member services and some of the incredible things that have been rolled out during this pandemic. Joining me right now to talk about that is AMAC's own Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and Member Services, Kurt Meyer. Kurt, I really appreciate you coming on. Since the last time we have spoke, a lot of people have not realized how much work is being done behind the scenes when it comes to expanding member benefits, specifically things that can help you during this time as we're all being locked down and in our houses, not wanting to get out. One of the incredible member benefits that has exploded with our membership is in the issue of teledoc medicine, where you can see a doctor over your phone, and instead of having to go into a doctor's office and expose yourself, maybe to others that could be infected with COVID-19. Talk a little bit about how incredible this benefit is for our members.
Well, thanks, Ben, and always a pleasure to speak with you, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to appear today. Yes, we did a lot of research into telemedicine prior to launching our program with MeMD back in April, and we fast-tracked that because we realized the criticality of that particular product offering, especially during this pandemic. So we are definitely starting to see an increase in member utilization of that product, and we're closely monitoring it, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback. Based on the fact that a lot of the members have access to so many quality doctors and they don't have to leave their home.
You know, one of the things that's amazing about this is there's so many telemedicine networks that are closed to new members because they were overrun after the lockdowns and COVID-19. And people said, I don't want to go into a doctor's office. I don't want to go to a hospital to see a doctor over something basic. Yet if you're a member of AMAC, you're in with this right now. You don't have to be put on a wait list like so many others in the country.
Absolutely. There's no co-pays. It's very simple to use the program. You just have to register, go to the AMAC website, amac.us, and go into the newest member benefits. You'll see MeMD on there, and it walks the member through the entire process. And any questions that they have, they can always reach out to the company directly or call our membership services division.
Full disclosure, my wife literally had a flare up with eczema the other day on her hand, and she was like, I'm going to get an appointment. I was like, no. We literally went online and did exactly what you just said, and it worked out brilliantly. We did not have to go into that doctor's office and waste a lot of time and possibly be exposed. So, again, I'm one of them that's using it, and it worked incredibly well as a benefit. I want to talk about something else that's changed. So many people are trying to simplify their life when it comes to banking and credit cards and things like that to make sure they don't have to go into the bank as often. They can automate things online. People are also looking at interest rates right now when it comes to credit cards and things like that. And there's a new member service that you guys have also rolled out, a partnership with deals with a Visa card.
Yeah, so we recently rolled out a program with PenFed Credit Union for 3 different types of Visa cards. Again, we've been working on this for several months, did a lot of due diligence on our end, interviewed several companies, found PenFed to be the best match for our company and our membership. And yeah, it's a great program. We just launched it in June, so we're starting to see a lot of utilization on that. And one of the good perks about it is that the company will purchase an AMAC membership for those members that use the card when they buy their membership. So it's a really, really good partnership. We're excited to see where it goes.
And lastly, we've seen something that's been incredible, historically low interest rates in this country when it comes to home buying. I have refinanced my house, it's odd to say, twice in the last year because the rates continue to drop. And we have seen a huge explosion in the housing market. And that's something else that you guys have been focusing on to make sure that our members have a good partnership when it comes to the transaction and when it comes to houses.
Yeah, so what we're seeing, and I guess everybody that's watching the news, the housing market in certain regions is really starting to bounce back. And again, we've been working with a company, Paragon Home Resources, for several months, and we just relaunched our AMAC real estate program powered by Paragon. The beauty about it is an AMAC member that's buying or selling a home can receive a cash reward. So again, we're excited at that opportunity to work with Paragon. They've been around a long time. So yeah, another great partnership that, like I said, we worked several months on to implement, and now it's out there. So we're excited.
It's like you said, you know, the fact that you can get a cash reward for using an incredible service, whether it be buying or selling a house. Where do people get more information on that on the website?
So they would just go to the AMAC.us site and click on AMAC Real Estate Services. Again, it just was launched, so you'll see it under newest member benefits.
Kurt, I know it's incredible what has been happening with the economy with COVID-19, yet you guys have still been able to implement these specific type of member benefits during this time and really focusing on things that can help our members when we're dealing with a new economy with COVID.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting run. You know, some of the verticals and industries have taken a hit, especially you know, the travel business and dining. But we're constantly out there looking for those types of benefits that we know will resonate well with the members. So we are seeing some, with travel starting to loosen up, we're starting to see, you know, more and more opportunities there. And we're also getting a lot of companies are reaching out to us to join our strategic partner program. I think because of the fact that we have over 2 million members, we're on a lot of companies' radar right now. And I'm getting solicited more than I've ever been. So we're closely looking at a lot of these potential member benefits and how they would truly help the AMAC member.
And Kurt, for so many people that are a member of AMAC, they may not realize exactly what you guys' mission and role is with AMAC member benefits. For people that may be new to AMAC or haven't really taken advantage of some of these member benefits, explain to them exactly what you guys do day in and day out.
So our membership services division, we've got representatives in Florida, New York, and New Mexico, and their job is to not only talk to existing AMAC members, but also potential AMAC members, answer questions they may have regarding their account, any types of member benefits. I will say that once the pandemic hit, fortunately, our ID department had ordered a lot of laptops, so we would be able to assign those membership services representatives to work from home. And we haven't skipped a beat. Our hold times are very minimal. We are still servicing our membership. And again, that's why they're here. They're here to help the members any way they can.
I say it over and over again to so many people that I talk to that are members of AMAC. When you're thinking about big purchases, whether it be a home, whether it be a credit card, whether it be even seeing a doctor, go and look at the member services and what they have for you at AMAC, because it can end up saving you incredible amounts of money, but also giving you a vetting process that you didn't have to do to make sure that these companies are reputable and the right fit for our members. And that's exactly what you guys do every single day.
Thanks so much, Ben. Great seeing you. Be safe.
That's it for this edition of your AMAC Weekly News. If you want to frustrate and irritate the left, make sure you hit the share button right now so that others will see this video. Also, a quick reminder, if you haven't joined AMAC or renewed your AMAC membership, do it now so you can take advantage of the incredible member benefits, as well as get the AMAC magazine, and most importantly, so that we can fight back for our conservative values in Washington, D.C. I'm Ben Ferguson. I'll see you back next week for our next episode.